What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex, and you're watching a Ragin Ronin review. I got a review for you. Last week, I saw Only the Brave, and Only the Brave is the latest film from director Joseph Kosinski. He is known for his work on Tron Legacy and Oblivion, and both of which are films in the science fiction genre. Now, Only the Brave is not science fiction at all. It's far from it. It's actually based off of a true story about real life heroes, and those real life heroes are the Hotshots. The Hotshots, if you don't know, are these elite team of firefighters that are responsible for saving homes and people from wildfires across America. And they're a pretty big deal. They call themselves the SEAL Team 6 of firefighters. They're like the Navy SEALs of firefighters. I mean, they do a really unique job, because when I think of a firefighter movie, which is something I've never seen before. I've never seen a firefighter movie before, but when I think of a firefighter movie, I think of scenes of a lot of fire everywhere, a lot of explosions, like fire surrounding all these firefighters, and a lot of scenes with fire hoses, and also water bombs from helicopters. In fact, this is the complete opposite of all that. Those were my expectations. What I got instead was something entirely different. They don't fight fire with water. They fight fire with fire, and it's a very, very technical thing, and you get to see all of that on screen. It's something that I've never seen before, and they perform it like an exact science. It's really, really neat. In fact, I thought that was a very interesting aspect of this film, learning about how they actually fight the fire. So that was really, really neat. Like I said, this is a film that is very different from what my original expectations are, and what I loved about this film is not the action, because there's very, very little action in this movie. It's just more like build-up and development towards a climactic finale, which is in the third act of the film. It's not really about like fighting action. It's not about that. It's actually about these characters, these real-life heroes, and their development and preparation for the real deal. And by the real deal, I mean this big fire that they fight at the end of the movie. This film stars Josh Brolin, Jeff Bridges, Miles Teller, James Badgedale, Jennifer Connelly, and Taylor Kitsch. Pretty solid cast. Now, I'm not a big fan of Miles Teller and Taylor Kitsch, but I gotta say that I really like them a lot in this film. And it all comes down to Joseph Kosinski's direction, the acting, like some really good performances here, like great performances as a matter of fact, and also the script. I really liked the dialogue in this movie. It's written by Ken Nolan and Aaron Warren Singer, and they did a great job with just bringing these characters to life in this really, I guess a really brilliant and tight script. And it really gives them a lot of chemistry, and with that chemistry, it's just so believable. Under Joseph Kosinski's direction, this is his best work to date, because you really get to see some really great development with these characters, and also you're invested. I won't say that you fall in love with these characters, but you're really, really emotionally invested into these characters, like into their survival and how they all make it out. So it's something that really, really resonated with me, because their struggles are so real. That's a really big thing about this movie. I don't think that the antagonist element in this movie is the fires. That's not it. It's actually themselves, because being a firefighter, as portrayed in this film, being a hotshot, is a really, really big responsibility. It's a really big deal, and they really captured the essence of what it's like being a firefighter, especially when you have emotional attachments. If you have a significant other, if you have families, being these firefighters is really like you are your own enemy, because you have to make a decision between what's a priority to you, fighting fires or your family. And fighting fires is their number one priority, because it's a big deal. It's a big responsibility they have, and they decided to make that sacrifice. This is like I said, a story of a sacrifice, courage, and true heroism, and all that is really captured on screen. And it's a very, very emotional struggle between what these characters have to go through. I love the development with these characters. You get to see them come together as I guess people that they don't really They don't really start off as hot shots, but they're working towards that, and you just get to see the training. You get to see how they develop in terms of how they start off hating each other and now they really love each other like brothers. So that was really, really awesome. So it's a really, really well acted film. It completely believable, and it's a very emotionally gripping film. So this is a great movie. This is a really, really great movie. But I'll tell you that it isn't action packed. It's a more of a character piece and a piece, almost like a case study about what goes through in the lives of firefighters, especially if firefighters like the hot shots. So there you have it. I went into this movie not knowing anything about this true story, and I came out just really like just really, really emotionally invested throughout the entire movie. So I really liked it. 8.5 out of 10. I recommend it if you want to look for an emotionally gripping true story and a story of heroism. And this is a very different from a lot of films that I've seen before, like a very different disaster film, because a lot of disaster films are really, really over the top. This is something that feels very, very real. 8.5 out of 10. I highly recommend this film. It's a great film. And there you have it. As always, if you enjoyed this review, you want to see more, hit that like button, subscribe to YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter, Ragin Nation. My name's Alex. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. It's all about the journey, and the journey is what is quite exciting. Now, what I thought was great about this film was the development. I thought that when he was making